Holy crap. Hi, this is Kaleb Wade, the MC for Credited and Actual Plays, welcoming you to part 2 of our Wintertime special, D and Jane's Wintertime Adventure. I forgot how crazy this episode gets. I don't know what it is, and I wish I knew, but I think we all have that player if you're a GM, or that GM if you are a player, where if it's just you two on a wavelength and on a vibe, it's insane, but it's oh so fun, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you for listening, and here's to 2025 being full of exciting projects, a new season of Credited Actual Plays in which we go back to Haven Rock, Washington, the setting of my old Buffy stream, I wonder why, and all sorts of new and crazy stuff. So thank you for listening. We do outros at the end of this episode, so there's no plugs or scripted outro this time. So yeah, enjoy. A skitty bop bop bop. Also, just as a little note, as Ed and Kaleb, this episode was recorded in Riverside.fm with music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound, as was part 1. Okay, onto the podcast. So I think the two of you sort of float down in front of Cherish, and she goes, "Oh, I was wondering when you two would come."
Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am. I'm
can't
sorry.
Truly
Have
keep
we
a Sierra
met
waiting,
before?
dear. In some futures, yes, in some pasts, but not this one. This is the first time we're meeting, dear. Cherish Montenegro, lovely to see you. Well, you know. And she sort of goes to clean, you notice that she has sort of round black sunglasses. And she sort of takes them off to clean them, and you see that she is blind. Technically speaking. And she sort of chuckles to herself.
Lovely to meet you as well. So apparently we were flung through space and time to save someone or help someone?
Yes, poor Tally Atwater. Boisterous woman, but she does deserve love.
Tally Atwater is in trouble because she's not feeling loved.
No, it's that forces have intervened to make sure that she and her lady love cannot be together.
Oh.
She can tell you more of the story. She lives just down this street. Look for the rather ostentatious mansion. She got a very good book deal.
There are just mansions here? Wow.
Well, there's two. Hers and the Toiger family, the Toiger estate, but well, Selena doesn't really get out and about these days.
West Coast. Wild. Thank you, ma'am. We'll go and see if we can't help.
Oh, Aerith says hi. Janeira says, "Oh, Aerith, of course he's the one that sent you. The magic around you smells like sandalwood."
That's a good thing, right?
Of course, all magic has a scent. You just need to know how to train yourself to it. You, my dear, and she points at Janeira, ice chips and jasmine. And you, Anita, what does Detroit's magic smell like?
Huh. Oh, wow. That's a question.
It is.
Uh, what does Detroit's magic smell like? Um, it is. It is. I would say that it is probably a. I'll say that she has sort of like over the years has like over the past 2 years of her like being prefect of the history of Magic House, she's really like gone through and done a lot of just rituals and keeping the house feeling like home. Um, and one of those rituals, I think, is just like making sure the house smells nice. So, like, there is probably the scent of baking and vanilla and cinnamon um, that she has just practiced so much to do rituals with, like
Mm-hmm.
in making the house feel better. Um, and then on top of that, she just works with those ingredients so much in uh, that, like, she probably physically smells like that and also, like, has focused and trained her magic to feel like home. Uh, so yeah.
I think Cherishes gives you a very sweet smile. You're very used to being a baker, aren't we?
Oh, I I dabble uh now and then.
Humble too. Don't let that humbleness ruin your chances for flight, my dear. We have to gas ourselves up here and there, especially with a young woman looking at you like Miss Evenwood is looking at you. And it's then you notice that as you go, oh, I dabble, Janeira is just looking at you with such admiration. And and it's then that it clicks. Every time she's looked at you, even behind the oh whatever Detroit or oh okay sure, there's always been that admiration. She's just very good at hiding it compared to you.
Oh
You two lovely wizards, you need to help Tally. I can guide you to the house, but I'm sure your broom will be faster than me.
um no, of course. Thank you. And yeah, we'll be on our way. Um oh, and is there anything you want us to send back to our professor?
Oh
Like
no, I
any
can just
message?
text him.
Oh, awesome.
I'm actually late for a bit of an appointment. I need to welcome an old friend and her grandson to the neighborhood. They recently moved here. Funny,
Um
he also took a liking to green. Hmm. And she just sort of like walks across the street, cars stop, and they go, "Hi, Cherish." "Oh, hello, Osborne." And like everyone knows Cherish. And as she sort of like walks across the street and then goes on her way. You two know where you need to go, and that is the mansion of one Tally Atwater.
I think Dee is going to turn on the broom and just like look behind her up at Jane and just like appraise her for a second.
What are you looking? Or are you trying to find?
Uh, just like looking at her face and really like understanding and synthesizing. Oh, you admire me just as much as I admire you.
It is at this moment that you understand that she is also down bad for you. She's much more subtle about it. Is there something on my face?
Wow.
What?
You're like gay. Like really
Yes,
gay.
obviously, for you.
I love that for us.
Come on, focus.
um and will start flying down towards one of two mansions in town.
Mm-hmm.
Mansions. Wild. Just people living there. Love that for us. Uh,
And as you get to the Atwater estate, Janeira sort of looks up and goes, "It's more of a manor." She's it's like, "Not as big as my house." Like,
so awesome. Um,
and as you two are like sort of like taking your time and flying, like Janeira does ask, "So what are your plans after the semester ends?"
oh, usually the plans are going home to Baltimore, helping out in the uh helping out in the barber shop and with uh dad's sort of like psychic readings business that he has.
Well, I was wondering because I was sort of thinking about it, and if Headmistress Abernathy is called on for all of her crimes, Abernathy Academy may not open for a while unless they can find like an acting headmaster or mistress. So I was wondering if you would like me to come with you, or perhaps after we get back settled into our lives, you could come visit me in London. It's dreary there, but I'm sure we can make sparks fly.
Um, the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely. When, where, like, what size
We'll
U-Haul do
work
I need to
out.
bring? Um, like we can
I'm
logistics
sorry.
later.
Could
Logistics
could you
later.
could
It's
you repeat
fine.
that question for me, Caleb? Like
What
what size?
size?
What?
What size U-Haul do I need to bring? How much stuff are we moving? When are we moving it? Like
Let's
it's
focus at the task at hand, and then we'll sort out the details of you wanting to immediately move in with me, or move into our separate place as a somewhat halfway point between Baltimore and London.
the Atlantic Ocean. Is Atlantis a thing? I would know if Atlantis was a thing. I'm a history major.
I mean, it's a thing, but no one really like talks about it. Also, like, it's
Oh my
very
god,
secretive. It's
summer
very
home in
isolationist.
Atlantis?
It's very hard to get a summer home timeshare in Atlanta. So, J- Janeira is like, well, we'll discuss things later. You float right on up to the Atwater Manor. Janeira sort of like knocks on the door. And this sort of like this sort of like maid type, who's this sort of like not elderly but like middle-aged like white woman with sort of like russet brown hair, like very like, it's very Mrs. Doubtfire with like brown hair kind of. And it's just like, oh well, honeys, what can I do you for?
Hi. We're here to save a lesbian with a broken heart.
Come with me. She immediately leads you in. It's like, it's the decor is very, I now have money and I need people to know about it. It's very nouveau riche. It's sometimes minimalist, sometimes maximalist, sometimes, but like with a Southern Gothic aesthetic. And you're led to a bedroom, like on like the third floor of this second floor of this manor. And you just hear and the maid sort of like knocks on the sort of like, Miss Atwater, you have guests that might be able to help you. Send them in, Tilly. And Tilly opens the door, and you see this very Scarlett O'Hara if she didn't have respect for herself in the modern era. If she was like part of the gig economy for a very long time before she got money. Sort of like kind of like flowing like auburn hair with blonde money pieces in the front, like sort of like curled immaculately, but like, and even though she's like sobbing, her makeup isn't out of place, and she just looks at you and goes, well, how do you do? I'm Tally Atwater. Wow. Janeira just says, wow. She can't even stop herself.
In Detroit's head, we hear the voice of Kat saying, we traveled all the way across the realms, across the country, to save a white woman, a crying white woman. And these sort of like,
we are here to save the tears of a white woman.
And Dee sort of dismounts and it's like,
a white woman that would call me a slur.
Listen.
And even Knight is just like, Knight doesn't say anything, but the kind of like armored head just goes,
Yeah, it's just like, there's a lot of questions still need to be answered. And Detroit will sort of be like, yeah, hi, Professor Harvell sent us.
Oh, Aerith is just a peach. I remember texting him about my problems. We're old high school buddies. And you kind of just like, are you? Because you, in your mind, cannot fathom a world where Professor Aerith Harvell would hang out with a Tally Atwater.
Yeah.
Did he send you to help me?
Yes, to save you specifically.
And Kat is just like, say no. Say no, and we walk out of here. I saw a diner.
I hear from Charity, one of the town elders, that you've had a
Oh,
broken
Cherish,
heart.
she is just the sweetest thing. She says some things sometimes that I don't truly understand because, like, future vision and all that, but she has never guided me in a wrong direction.
Has something happened to separate you from a love of yours?
Oh, it is the most. Can I get your names real quick?
D.
Janeira. Oh, D and Janeira is the most awful thing. I love this young woman named Rosalind, but I can't touch Rosalind. And it frustrates me because I feel like if I touch Rosalind, our bloodlines will be cursed and this whole town will be destroyed. And then Janeira's just like, that just might be like anxiety. Yeah, it's probably not as serious as you might think. Maybe that's just insecurity or a negative thought spiral. Have you considered, therapy? I have a lovely therapist, but that's not the point. It's not insecurity. It's awful. I thought I found someone, a young lady named Rosalind, who would love me for the rest of my days, despite my proclivities and insecurities and issues, etc. But it turns out, specifically, unfortunately for me and Rosalind, there's an asshole wizard trying to get in my pants. And so he's cursed me and Rosalind so that if we were to ever touch, our bloodlines will be cursed for generations and end with us. And also this town would fucking explode.
The town would fucking explode?
He does not take no for an answer.
That's excessive. I'm sorry. Wow, wizards be doing a lot.
Janeira's sort of like looking around, mentally exhausted. Can I just ask one question? You can ask as many questions as you want, honey. Why all this? Why the Southern Gothic aesthetic? You're in Washington. You've got to understand that this is really awkward for me and D. And as Tally sort of like stands up from her boudoir and sort of like looks around. Well, you see, I'm from a small town called Dove's End in Kentucky. And all my life, I thought that this kind of house was what my mama would have always wanted. Just without the harmful shit of slavery and plantations. But the more and more I've thought about it over the years and talking with my therapist, I think y'all are right. This is fucked up.
Yeah. Wow. I wasn't gonna say nothing because I really...
Oh, I was.
I
Absolutely.
didn't had a long day. But yeah, that's a weird aesthetic, Mo. That's a weird thing. A weird like time period to surround yourself with. Yeah, this is a lot. Today's been a lot.
Is this your first time in Blackbrook?
This is my first time on the West Coast. It's a lot. It's a lot. Would definitely invest in hiring an interior decorator. I would do that if I were you.
And like she sort of like goes to her boudoir, gets like a pen and paper. Interior decorator.
Yeah.
And like it's like she has like she does have technology in this room. Like she has like a flat screen and like everything. It's just like it's a weird clash. And the more and more she looks at it, she's like, yeah, this maybe I should stop basing my life from what my mother wanted from me.
Oof. We love to hear that. See, that is growth. Um, but the point of Shadow Wizard Money Gang trying to mess up your stuff.
Do you want us to just like kick his ass?
Yeah. Do you know the name of this person and this person's address?
He keeps sending me these cards, and she reaches into her purse and she like pulls out a laminated, custom-made business card for Maximilian Strassenberg, Shadow Wizard Extraordinaire. And he is literally like 5 blocks from this house.
I just thought Shadow Wizard Money Gang was a TikTok sound. I didn't realize Shadow Wizards were a thing. Okay. That is unfortunate. Maximilian? Really? Just go by Max.
His name is Matt. But he renamed himself Maximilian to make himself feel all important like.
Wow. Yeah, we'll try to I don't know if beating a wizard up can end a spell on a wizard. But
Engineer just sort of like cracks her knuckles and goes, "We'll certainly try."
Yeah, we can do that. God, how did this wizard end up cursing, like, having the power to curse your bloodline so we can avoid that? Or, like, get some protective runes up on us so we can avoid.
I don't know the spell particularly. I'm not well attuned to magic. Unfortunately, I'm more of a intrepid reporter type. Really? You? Janeira says out loud. I'm sorry. Long day. But I suppose if he has a spell book like yours, he could probably burn it.
Take the spell book. Got it. So you've definitely seen they have a spell book. Like, it was a spell book, not a wand or a staff.
No, it's... Y'all ever watch that movie Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost?
I love that movie.
I love that movie too. It's my favorite Scooby-Doo movie. I just love the Hex Girls. Like if you ever stay in town long enough, there is a band here named the Cuckoos. They're kind of like the Hex Girls, but a bit more gay and a bit more non-binary. Amazing music. Anyway,
those are all things that I like. Yeah, I would. I probably
so you know that one hot college professor character voiced by Tim Curry.
Of course,
the one that broke Velma's heart.
Of course, yes.
He's kind of like that with a book that he stole from somebody, but he made it his entire personality. So he's like all in black, and he talks like this, and I am Maximilian, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand it at all. His name is Matthew Johnson.
Okay. True names are useful. And we'll, like, go to, like, the notes section of her own spell book and, like, write in Matthew Johnson, just so that her like, font of power has a name that is real and his, and unless this Ty guy snitched, they shouldn't have, like, this Maximilian shouldn't have her name. So we'll see
there
how
was that
happens.
podcast that newcomers Detroit and Janeira. Detroit, DaVille, and
Okay.
Janeira even would.
Well,
You could
damn.
ask. You could ask if Maximilian seems like the type to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, is Maximilian like a podcast dude? You don't know. You don't speak to that man. He threatened to curse your family. That's
Oh, I wouldn't have to talk to him to know that he's into those podcasts that are all just like, men need to be like this and women need to be like that. He would never listen to Ty's podcast.
Oh good. Okay. We're good then. I feel like we've got a plan. We go in, we beat up the Shadow Wizard, and then we burn his book. That
And I'll get to
that
kiss
works.
Rosalind just in time for Christmas. And it's then it clocks you. It hits you. Tomorrow's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Time's weird in the pocket dimension, but it is Christmas. Also, you two look lovely. Are you going to like a formal, like a dance? We were, but
we missed finals. Did we miss finals?
no.
Thank God. Oh wow. Yeah,
It was in the minutia of going like weeks passing between episodes.
good.
It's fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You did fantastic on your finals. Don't worry about it.
Good.
The only one who could
Still-
rival you is Janeira, and you both got the same grades, the same top marks.
Still trying to get Kuma Sum Laude at the end of next year. So that's important. But oh wow. Okay. Cool. Like yeah, I think that Detroit does not celebrate Christmas. And sort of like I think that just sort of like usually passes with like a bunch of fanfare from like outside influence and not really something that D really does.
Also, like, the more you look at Tally, you notice that, like, even her own outfit clashes with the aesthetic of this house. It's a very modern, like, sort of like winter sweater, very Hallmark movie.
Yeah, bestie, like get a couple of consultants in here.
I really need to
Interior
stop.
decoration, you gotta
need to stop
like
letting
come into
the
your
desires
own.
of my family rule me.
Like this is your house.
It is.
It
my
took
house,
me a
ain't
while
it?
to like really understand the fact that like I had a space that I was in charge of, that I could make decisions for. And it really like once the mindset changed, like things started opening up for me.
Also,
Nutmeg, cinnamon.
I
it
know
was
how
great.
awkward it might look from the outside for me to go, wow, I never thought about that as a white woman talking to two women of color or non-binary people of color. I didn't want to assume your pronouns.
We it's a fact either way. It's weird.
I do want you to know that I do genuinely value your advice and value you helping me. I just don't want to potentially get into the trope where you have to do the work to save me, because that's messed up. And if you would allow me to go with you so I can beat the shit out of this man and help you get this book so you can burn it.
I'll look back to Jane, because it seems like Jane does not like this woman and does not want to spend time with this woman.
Janeira's just sort of like looking at you like, I mean, if she can be a great distraction, like, let her come along. I bet she's got a lot of pent up rage against this guy.
Okay. Um, it'll be a squeeze with like three normal sized humans, one calf sized human, and a cat. But
Oh, I don't need to. If it's gonna be an inconvenience, I can just walk with y'all.
okay. Um,
I used to be real good at sprinting.
D will fly slowly because D loves flying and D doesn't go anywhere walking. But will fly slowly so this person does not have to run to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we'll be like, okay, yeah, like this person cursed your girlfriend and your and you and all of your bloodline. You can definitely come on the quest to beat
Kick
them
his
up.
ass.
I don't know why you didn't go on this why you didn't like get your gang earlier to like go beat this person up. This still
And
feels like a
and
trap.
and you kind of realize as you're like walking and talking with Tally that she doesn't have a gang in this town
Not
because with Tally
this.
Atwater, there's drama,
Mm.
unfortunately, and like she could be a loved member of the community, but she's got a lot of shit to work through first, you know.
Oh. Oh,
And like this
bestie.
is a major part of that.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start by beating up Shadow Wizard Money Gang over here, and then you can take it from there. You're capable, and you can do it. Uh, so we'll get that done.
And
Oh
like
wow.
as you're walking, like it's like you're capable, you can do it. And she just sort of like ties her hair back, takes off her earrings. I'm capable. And she starts taking off her rings, and I can do this.
I think D sort of like turns back to Jane and is like, "Is it weird of me to like sort of love this girl?"
She's like an
Um,
underdog, right? Like,
she's
she's scrappy.
she's so much,
She's
and
so much, and you kind of love her for it. And she's
I'm
like
kind of
willing to
rooting
admit
for her.
you kind of she's willing to like admit her mistakes and grow from them.
That
It's like you want to spend time with her, but like she needs to work through a lot of shit for you to stand being in a room with her for like 5 minutes.
yeah, it'll be fine. I'm sure we'll go to this wizard's house. We'll fuck him up, and then it'll be fine. Um,
The three, like the cat is just like I still cannot believe we were helping a white woman with her fucking problems.
listen, cat. This this is what happens out of magic school. Apparently, you get transported to Washington, not the fun one, the West Coast one, and then you
So many
and then
Washington
you
State listeners are mad at you right now.
not like this is not happening out loud. This is
I know,
happening
I
in
know,
in a
I
psychic
know,
conversation
I know.
of
I'm talking about the audience.
I mean,
You know what?
listen,
Washington State listeners, call in.
I
Write
not
in. Ask cremdemented at gmail.com. How do you feel
listen,
about the presentation of this weird little town?
nothing nothing but respect for the West Coast baddies out there. I personally am repping Washington D.C., uh, the DMV.
I'm repping
Two up, two
Kentucky.
down. We love you, Virginia. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the East Coast, prejudice that I am bringing to the table.
I'm sorry for Tally in general.
And also, Cat's an asshole, and
Cat's an asshole.
We gotta meet him where them where they're at. Beautiful. Where the fuck even are we? I am
in front of Maximilian's door by this point.
Okay.
All right, Tally, do you want to take the lead? I mean, I can. And she reaches to knock on the door, and the door just sort of like creaks open. And she looks just like so done with it because like all of you clock, this is meant to intimidate us. Like this is a scary movie tactic. This is so get a new shtick, buddy.
Is this another mansion? Or is this a regular house? Okay.
This is the house.
Love that.
This is like a house that was like hastily painted black.
Bestie, calm down. Okay. Dee will clock and be like, all right. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll back you up, I guess. And lead the way.
Alrighty. And she sort of like steps in, like you all step into the sort of like darkened house. As the three of you step in, and as Cat and Knight try to follow you, they are shut out.
I am never going to hear the end of this. Shadow Wizard.
And Cat just says, if you die helping a white woman, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed at you.
Okay. All right.
And you just hear tiny like thwacks of like Knight's sword against the door.
Okay. That's gonna be a lot. Cat is going to pee everywhere. Let's just beat up the Shadow Wizard and go home.
So it appears you finally arrived, Tally Atwater and friends. As this somewhat booming voice, like, comes from like the top of a staircase in this house, as a shadowed form sort of like spreads his arms. Matthew, you fucking prick. Give me your fucking book so I can end this and kiss my girlfriend. But you don't understand, Tally Atwater. You and I are meant to rule over this town. You shall be my queen of darkness, and I shall be your steward into hell.
Dee begins flying straight towards the voice. Of
Janeira, like the two of you sort of like split from behind Tally, like you on your broom and Janeira like walking on glyphs.
Yeah, we just like
pincer maneuver.
We're trying to. I think it's not like a bum rushing, but like very intentionally like walking towards with purpose. Like. I think Jane is more on a let's fuck up a wizard type beat, and I think Dee is way more of a let's try to get a visual cue on the wizard, see what their magic might be, what their plan is, see like where the spell book might be, so we can burn that shit. And, yeah.
I see you've brought friends with you, Tally Atwater. Foolish woman. You have no idea the power I command. Your mage friends won't be able to... Alright, fuck this. And Janeira launches a full-on fireball at this guy. She's going to murder this man. Haha, Protego! as a shield barely
Not
deflects it.
Okay. This is fine. This is great. Please continue.
And Janeira's like, really? Fucking Latin? You absolute plebe? Foolish Emma Frost cosplayer. You have no idea the power that I hold.
What? I assume the fireball lit up this dark ass room.
As the shield sort of like deflected it, the fire kind of like thematically spread to all the candles in the room that have been ignited with like a green flame.
Of course. What's this dude looking like? D is trying to scan this person, look them up and down, and figure out what's going on. How do we end this quickly?
He's kind of like if Michael Cera was a worse person.
Don't do this to me.
Like if Michael Cera studied from the school of Chris Pratt.
Oh my god.
That's Maximilian. He's got a little bit of a breakout on his like right cheek.
Of course he does.
Black robes, like greasy black hair.
Yep. Okay. That's fine. This is fine. Yeah, so no, is there any view of a whatchamacallit, a spellbook in sight, or any sort of clues as to how this person casts their magic from their visual cues?
He is like holding his spellbook very proudly and very stupidly. Like, you can't touch me, I'm a powerful man. We all know the type.
Okay.
Fools, it is I who has the tome of Hecate. You shan't cross me with your measly fireballs. What are you gonna do?
I'ma just run up and hit this man. Like, there's spells being flung about, and that's cool, I guess, but like, we're two people that exist in physical space, and you are flaunting a wallet full of cash on an East Baltimore City street.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get mugged.
Roll me a brawn check, difficulty of 1.
Damn. Not this man having a... Oh, wow. I have a +1.
I just want to see what you roll. I want to see what you roll. Also add your common sense die.
My brawn is my worst stat.
I know. I looked.
And
you're gonna get it automatically. I just want to see it.
I would love to add my common fucking sense die to this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course you are. Common sense is just fucking rocking up and hitting him.
Yeah, so there's one.
Roll that brawn check. I hope it explodes.
It doesn't explode.
It's a
but
5.
We got a 5 total. And I will burn 1 point of my adversity tokens to get us to a 5+.
You deck the shit out of this man.
Yeah.
And Tally runs up the stairs to join you. As Janeira sort of comes in on her glyphs, drops down and just decks him twice, like right hook, left hook. As Tally runs up and then just haymakers him a bit. And soon the three of you are just beating the shit out of this guy.
Yeah. I am reminded of the like Ash Marceline episode of Adventure Time where Ash like steals the memory of Marceline breaking up with him, and then at the end of the episode, like, just Marceline, Finn, and Jake all just stomp on him.
See, my pop culture guidepost for this is a scene from The Boys, which I've never fully seen.
Okay.
But it is Queen Maeve, Starlight, and Kimiko versus Stormfront, and they're just dog walking her. as Peach's boys want to be her plays in the background.
Yeah, like I feel like after that like first hit where like this person is like, oh, probably like punched in the gut, like, oh, my spleen, like down to the knees, and then everybody else runs up and just starts like stomping on. I feel like Dee sort of steps back and is just like letting them like get
all
their like
yeah.
get it out, because like Dee don't be fighting like that.
Tally and Janeira got them hands.
Yeah, Tally and Janeira got this. So Dee is just
you
like,
you have the Tome of Hecate in your hand.
Yeah, like I feel like first it just drops to the floor, and then as like they're
beating
doing
the shit
their
out
thing,
of this guy,
like beating the shit, like she'll pick it up and just wait until they're done. Be like give a bit of a thumbs up, and then
it's gonna be a bit. You could probably handle this in the background.
Vibes. We'll just go over to one of the candles that the lovely, incredible, talented Jane lit earlier, and just put the book up to the fire.
As you reach the book towards the fire, I would like for you to make... Ooh, how hard do I want to make this? I would like you to make a grit roll difficulty of 5.
Oh boy.
And this is a snap decision. You cannot add adversity tokens.
This is fine. This is fine. I just need to roll a 5 or a 6 on my d6.
Yep.
And then I win. And it's perfect. This will be great. No worries. Boom. Oh, hold on. Boom.
It's an 8.
Oh, baby.
So as you kind of hesitate for a second, as your eyes sort of like, to the audience, cloud over in this sort of like deep, dark, and ancient mystical energy clouds your vision. You blink and you're in this grand floating library. And you see an older woman around like 30. She looks around 35 with long gray dreads. She turns around to you with her sort of like dark, deep brown skin, and she goes, "Huh. I'm not used to an actually trained spellcaster using one of my tomes."
Is this Shadow Wizard Money Gang headquarters?
"No, my dear, this is my home. A bit of out of most pocket dimensions. You have one of my books in your hand and you're about to burn it. I could not allow it, even though it was written."
Oh.
You are standing before Hecate, who is a black woman, motherfuckers. Fuck y'all.
Naturally. And of course. And also,
she's like,
I am a history of magic major.
If I had to cast Hecate, it'd be Kirby Howell Baptiste.
I sort of am like, oh, got you. Uh, Hecate. I am a history of magic major. I should know who Hecate is,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, I won't make you roll for it. You know exactly who Hecate is. And she
Okay.
sort of, and as that realization dawns on you, she sort of gives you like a knowing smile.
Nice. Um, so, yeah, was about to burn this book. Uh, we thought that it would be a good way to break the curse that this real asshole uh tried putting on this really nice lesbian couple. Well, one of the couple is really nice. I haven't met the other one. Eccentric and weird, but like, okay. I was trying to help them out.
She is on her own path, this Tally Atwater. Her path will even out soon. For the better. And she sort of like walks over to you, and it feels like her presence is immense, though she is around your height. And she sort of just like places her hand on the book and closes her eyes. There, I release whatever magical hold he has used with my book. Said curse will be done. Also, I'll have to clean it myself, seeing as how there is Cheeto dust in the pages.
Not Cheeto dust, besties. Uh, this, this doesn't. This might be academic arcane magic. I don't know exactly the ways of your methods, but this feels older and very powerful. It's not like what they teach us at my school, is it?
Not at all. But very astute of you to call out.
Um, would you mind if I held on to this? Or maybe checked it out, I guess? I'm I have this I'm in the middle of this first date with this really incredible girl. And I think she's been
Yes,
curious
Janeira
about.
Evenwood. And as she like points a finger up, a book just sort of floats down and opens its pages. Yes, she loves you very much. This date will be successful. Some things are written in the annals of fate, into which I have access to. Others, not so much. I thought this book, this tome of magic, was lost to me, but I'm glad that you found it. So, as a boon for your goodwill, keep it. In time, you'll understand its secrets. And for the coming days, you will need the blessings of gods thought to be forgotten.
Uh,
But that is not for a long while yet.
God, I think that like going through I think that like what is going through B's mind is like I told Professor Vigoro that Hecate was a real nigga. Um and it's just like
Love a
feeling
black woman from infinity to infinity.
let's go. um and just like says thank you. I don't know like the custom here. You sort of like seem Immortal? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like give worship or a sacrifice, but
No, no.
like
You've done more than enough finding this book.
vibes.
Take care of yourself, Detroit DaVille. Many paths will be open to you very soon. One with Obsidian, one with Abernathy Academy, and one yet to be written. Choose carefully, and know that someone is willing to be at your side through all of it. Do not squander that.
Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff like going through Detroit's head. That's like, yo, wait, hold up, like we gotta pause, bring that back. What was that you were saying about like opportunities with Obsidian, opportunities outside of school? I'm going to school to get my degree. That's what I've wanted. And but also Obsidian, what are you talking about?
To tell you is to betray fate, and to lock you into a certain fate, a certain destiny. If you had listened to your divination professor, you might have already known that. But we all make our choices, Detroit DeVille. So allow me to allow you to make yours. I will say nothing more on the subject.
um I don't think D knows how to leave the library. And we'll just be like, okay,
I would not worry.
cool.
Just blink. And as you blink, you're returned to that moment where you have the book near the fire.
Curse is broken. You can kiss your girlfriend now.
Oh, whew. That's so good to hear. I was getting a bit tired. I wasn't. And she's just sort and Janeira just sort of like kicks him one more time. I'm a powerful wizard. Stop being mean to me.
Like,
I'm hungry. Y'all hungry?
yeah, let's.
There's this great place called Tate's. It's a diner. Great food, great burgers.
Let's do it. I could go for burgers.
Burgers sound fantastic. As the three of you, after truly girl ganging this fucking band, you open the door and it was like actually you sort of like walk back to the door and you notice that Knight has like finally broken his way through and Cat sort of like scurries in. All right, where's the motherfucker who's hurt? Oh, you're alive.
Yep. No worries. Like, I, I, I wouldn't die. I told you, it's fine.
Cat just like eyes like their eyes narrow at Tally Atwater. That's a sweet looking cat.
It, I can assure you, it is not sweet. Um, it is not friendly. It will scratch you and bite you if you are not careful. Please show restraint. I know They may look adorable, especially with the sparkly onesie.
Oh, I wasn't.
Um,
I was not gonna pet your cat without permission.
cool, cool, cool.
Also, the
Uh,
way I thought they looked sweet, but the way that they're eyeing me, it makes me think that they really want to fucking murder me. And I've only seen that look out of one cat before, and that did not end well for that cat. And she sort of like mean mugs the cat back, and cat's like,
okay, let's get burgers.
cat's just like,
Cat knows sometimes when you pick a fight with like giant pythons,
you better fucking win.
you get hurt. Like you don't mean mug everybody you see, and maybe you would get beat up less. I don't know what I can tell you.
So
There's been many conversations about this with Kat, and
yes.
like,
so as the three of you get to Tate's Diner and order your burgers, the cook is like a young man around like 21-ish with like these sort of like ram horns. Serves up a delicious fucking burger to all of you. A good old American burger, right? And like the most delicious, crispy, salty fries you've had in a very long time.
okay,
These chips are amazing.
this place is magical. I'll give it that. I can see it now. This is a magical town.
You see, like, if Tally is like the brunette protagonist of a Hallmark movie, Rosalind's the blonde protagonist of a Hallmark movie, or like the dirty blonde like protagonist of a Hallmark movie. So she just like runs into Tate's like, "Is it over? Can I actually?" And then Tally just sort of like gets up and like hugs her, like, and sort of like spins her around as they kind of like both laugh. The curse broken.
Now that's kind of sweet.
And Rosalind sort of like looks at you. So did you two help my Tally?
Yeah. We kind of got teleported by our professor. So we were in the neighborhood, and
That
we
makes
helped
sense
out.
for this town. Yeah. I'm trying to get used to the eccentricities. I'm from New Halcyon City. All we have are vigilantes, so.
Where is New Halcyon in the world?
It's in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So that's like not too far. That's like in the Mideast. Like, yeah. Oh, I know.
And then you remember, oh wait, Rowan said something about saving their friends from the police state that is New Halcyon City.
Ooh, that's a rough neighborhood, huh? That's wild.
I'm glad I got out when I did.
Ooh. Well, yeah. I'm glad y'all are all right. And I guess it's winter break now, so we just go back to our homes instead of...
I mean, I guess, maybe. I mean, we'll probably have to find a way out of here, you know? Well,
yeah.
I wish you two the best of luck, and if you're ever in Washington again, I'll have a better decorated house next time.
I am counting on that, Tally. Truly.
I told you the Southern Gothic thing was a bit too much, and it's what your mother wanted, not you. I had to come to that realization by myself, you know, and with the help of D and Janeira. So, like, help as in no, not like the tropey, like, these people of color help me realize more about myself and I'm a self-actualized person. More so, they point out something that I should have been aware of, and now I'm going to do the work myself without having to count on the emotional mental labor of people of color. Okay, good. All right, awesome.
this town is really weird, Jane.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's weird.
like, good fries, but like, I kind of want to get
Wow.
out of here.
Like, this town is like full of people that if the camera was on them, you know?
Is there anything else we needed to do? At least that the
I
professor
mean,
wanted
that's
us.
that's basically it, right? It's the end of the story. Well, I hope you
Um,
two get a portal out of here. I'm gonna. Uh, hey, Tate, mind if I get some burgers to go? I got a hot date with this one. It's like, stop it, you. And
um,
she pays for your burgers and fries,
exactly. Yeah.
and leaves like
D
the
was
most
not paying
generous
for.
the most generous tip. She's got money.
Nice.
She
Um,
tips like 40%.
yeah. D was not paying for.
Neither was Janeira.
um, and I think um, Detroit is going to turn to Jane and be like, um, so not the not the first date that we sort of might have envisioned, but
But still fun, all things considered. We beat up a shitty person. We now know about a secret magical town in Washington.
yeah, and it
And the best part
it
is
was
I got to spend it
stressful.
with you, even if it was stressful.
It was stressful, but the people were nice, and we did get to
I think
spend it with
we did good. Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm
All in all, not a bad first date.
wow. I am. I'm gonna have to like get used to like speaking through a sentence and like not like blushing and dissolving into a puddle whenever you give me genuine compliments. This is
I'm
new.
gonna have to work on knowing that I deserve a good person in my life, and that's you.
I I found out how to sort of take off the curse and preserve the book. I
How'd you
think
do
I
that, by the
met
way?
a god.
You what?
It's been a day. This is magic that isn't academic, but is and is more.
Hey,
And
Detroit, roll me a brains check. Difficulty of 5.
difficulty of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flex on this brains check and roll it
Okay.
just to show them.
Mm-hmm. You were kidding me. You rolled a 4. Are you kidding me? You could have
I'm
taken
gonna.
half. You could have taken half and got 5 plus. But no, you rolled it.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna. GM, could it be said that I was using magic with this roll to use my magic?
You can spend your last adversity
Understanding.
token.
I can, and I will spend my final one of my final 2 adversity tokens to get me to a 5 here.
You don't notice it at first, but as you're talking with Janeira, you kind of like turn and like, yeah, and Cat's frozen. Cat's frozen in time. Night is frozen in time. The patrons of Tate's Diner are also frozen in time. But the door still opens. And an older man approaching his 30s with like long curly violet hair, dark brown skin, and a mischievous look in his eye walks through. He's wearing this sort of like rolled up, rolled up button ups, a button up shirt with like the sleeves rolled to like his elbows. That's like this deep purple, like a black vest and black slacks and shoes. Well, seems you solved the mystery after all, or whatever mystery there was. You recognize this as the voice of Ty Evans.
I think D is going to... Is Jane frozen as well?
No.
Okay.
Janeira is not frozen. You two are not frozen.
I feel like D is going to put a hand to her spell book and just like grab the steak knife that's on the table and just turn to
Detroit. You see Ty sort of like look past you for a second, and then he speaks. Come on, Anita. Do we really want to end this in a fight? I'm just gonna talk to them. Before his eyes go back to you, Detroit.
Who were you just talking to? What was that?
No.
Why have you...
Don't worry about it.
You've frozen my cat. And everybody? I don't like it. Hi.
Hello.
I'm D. You
I
already know that, since you put our business out on the interwebs.
I said you were newcomers so that this town would welcome and help you. And they did, didn't they? Didn't tell them why you were here.
That's true. So you're just here to help us out. Just
Pretty
a
much.
benevolent, time-freezing podcaster dude.
That's probably the funniest description of what I am, yeah.
Why don't I believe you?
I think it's part way you and part way what's behind you. But we don't have to get into that conversation right now. That's a bit too deep.
Do you want half a burger? I didn't finish mine.
No, I'm gonna pick up an order just as I restart time. But I wanted to thank you. My godson is rather selective with how he helps. And if you were two different people, well, maybe Tally wouldn't have gotten that love that she deserved or the guidance that she may or may not have needed. Aramis may not have known that they are people with brooms. Rowan wouldn't have seen you. All of you all have a path that intersects and whatnot. So I'm glad that it was you two that came to town. I'm also here to create the portal for you to get back to at least your dorm so you can pack your stuff. Because unfortunately, my godson's a bit too preoccupied with some of the minutiae around your headmistress being destabilized and dethroned.
The headmistress has a throne?
Metaphorically. It's a long day, I understand. And actually, you have a new acting headmaster, Professor or Headmaster Joshua Bellwether. It was a vote by some of the students, led by. Nope, you don't know that name. Marcus.
So cool, bestie. Um, but yeah. Um, Jane, how are you
I'm just
feeling
ready to
and
just go
feeling?
home and sleep for 15 hours.
Yeah, let's uh let's go home.
Oh, and when you get back to your common room, look up. And he kind of just like shrugs and just sort of like looks to like the space beside him, and this swirling myriad of violet and blue ethereal butterflies opens up beside him as a portal. And as it does, Cat unpauses, everything in Tate's unpauses, and one of the cashiers like, "Oh, Ty, I didn't see you come in." Hey, Richie, I'm just here for my usual order. Say, we'll get that for you. One sec. Best burgers in town.
Yeah, Cat knows this man, right?
Yes, and Cat is like, fuck, it's this guy again. No shit. Because Cat sensed a lot of power coming from this guy. I'm going to level with you. There's a lot of things that you won't understand. There's a lot of things Anita won't understand, or more shoddy, or Extol, or Lola, or even Kaleb at points. But please understand that there are forces in this world and certain directions that make sure that people will see you again. And you don't have to think about it. Don't worry about it too much. Just go with the vibes. What is it that... What is it? Oh, yeah. So, boom. Knowledge.
All right. Time for us to get back into our dorms. Um,
If you're ever in
it has
Washington.
been weird. Uh, I think she'll
Just, yep.
take take the wrapper of the of the hamburger and it's a really
Oh,
good
let me just...
hamburger.
And he snaps his fingers and, like, they're, like, perfect to go plates for your stuff.
You're weird, dude. You're weird,
Yeah,
dude, and I
well,
don't like it.
when you live as long as I have and you mess around with gods and whatnot, you get to be a bit weird. I think part of you is on that path. Not the same path as me, because you cannot be me. I'm going to be very clear. You should not want to be me. It is a shame, though. Bane didn't get to see you. And he sort of like walks away and grabs his order. Thanks, Richie. Have a nice night. Oh, and happy Christmas Eve, I guess. As he just walks on out, simply as he walked in.
Does Jane celebrate Christmas Eve
She does.
and Christmas? Okay. Um,
I have no
good to
words.
note.
I have no words for what the fuck just happened. Let's go through the spinning butterfly portal and go back, shall we?
Yeah. Maybe we can figure out what an Anita is in
Or
some of those
Kaleb. Is that a
books.
person?
I don't know. Um,
I think I
it
know a
seemed
Lola, but
like
I
an
don't think it's
entity.
like the same Lola they were speaking of.
It
Certainly never
felt
met
like
next door.
it felt like a proper name. Um, Like,
Moshadi is such a unique name, right?
ooh, it's giving me the chills.
Let's not think about
head
this.
back.
So as all of you get back to you're in the dorm's common room for the history of magic majors. The portal closes. Cat and Knight just sort of go about their own business. And then Janeira sort of wait, you two haven't moved. She looks up, and above you two is mistletoe. Do you want to celebrate this one Christmas thing just for once? Because I think I got the best present this year. It's you, by the way, just in case you.
And I think D is going to interrupt Jane in the middle of that snark, and just kiss her. I in my head, D is much shorter than Jane, so it's
And Jane's
very
in a
much
heel.
yeah, very much on tippy toes. I think takes her face in both of her hands, and I think it is a moment where Dee pulls her in close, and they hold there for a good second before I think Dee is going to say, Merry Christmas, Janeira. And
Merry
they'll
Christmas,
have a very
Detroit.
sweet, very soft first kiss.
I will say after that first kiss, Jane will dip D for the second kiss. And Absolutely. It is that kiss we pull back on from the camera. And that is the end of D and Jane's wintertime adventure. It was weird. It was meta. It was gay. But I have been so Caleb gay. Wade, your MC. I almost forgot we were recording. You can find me on multiple places except Twitter. No longer on Twitter. I will not call it X. So the artist formerly known as Twitter. You will not be able to find me there, but you can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, at Caleb is Balak. That is KalebIsBelak. You can follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to fine podcasts. I also have a YouTube channel that I've recorded content for recently. We are going to be returning back to Persona 4 Golden and Ruined King, a League of Legends story. Also, maybe something completely different. I don't know yet. I just want to get back into the swing of things, but I could not have told this adventure without my lovely player. So if you'd like to introduce yourself and plug anything.
Anita, that's me, everybody. Hi. Oh gosh. Thank you so much, Caleb, for putting this together. I had such a goddamn blast.
I knew that when you could not make it to the finale, I was like, I gotta do something with Anita. We gotta see Detroit and Janeira again.
Hey, word, period. Oh god. Yeah. We got, what's it called? Me, my name is Anita. You can find me at Anita the Lesbian on the Twitters and on the TikToks. You can check me out on the the podcast thing that I do with Elliot Andrews Productions. I am in season 2 of Infinity City, the Vigilance. That is coming out, I'm pretty sure, every other Saturday. If you want to check it out where you get your podcasts, it'll probably be right there. And yeah, that's me. Thank you so much again, Caleb, for inviting me here and putting this on. I have had a blast.
This is gonna be hell to edit.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be so much fun to edit too. And until next time, whether we see Detroit in another season of Abernathy Academy or something maybe a little different, just be wary of fourth wall breaking purple haired gentlemen. Bye, everybody.
Bye.